All right, cool. So this video really shouldn't be too long. Just going over a slight recap of what I've pretty much been up to after my payout request of $3,500. So you can see here on the 4th of September, which was about 11 days ago, I requested a payout for $3,500. After they took out fees and things of that sort, it ended up being about $3,100 because now I've passed that threshold of 10,000 in payouts. So they pretty much went ahead and let me take that 10 grand. You keep it, and then everything else after 10 grand, it's pretty much a 90% payout and then a 10% profit split with Top Step. So you can see here, once you do get up to this point, how they take a profit split from you, which would be 10%, and then you also have to pay your fees. And then whatever's left is pretty much what you get. So you see the payout difference was pretty much thrown off, where it was 670 here, 643, and then 601. Even though all of these payout requests were $690 a piece, you can see the difference being taken out from them. So after that, pretty much have not really been trading in these market conditions after my payout. So took the week off, and then this week I am looking to trade at least something, if an opportunity presents itself. But I'm not really necessarily even trying to force risk or induce into any high risky trades in these conditions, I guess, until it gets better. I'm just looking for an opportunity that I like to see, my model, my approach. So until I see that trade, I just take whatever I can get. A lot of my trades recently pretty much been getting like stopped out, break even. Be in some good trades. I'm holding it probably up like 200-300, and then reverse on me and pulls me out, and does what it does. So last week it was a very slow week. This week as well, very slow week, but we're still profitable. Still up with $675 for the month. Let's do my simple calculator because I don't have calculators installed on here. It's a bloatware, so it's disabled. But 675 times 5, still up. 3.3K for the month. In regards to profit revenue that's been made in the accounts. All of the accounts have a balance of about 21,172.60. 21 2172.60. 72.60 times that by 5. So we're roughly sitting on about $10,863. Really, this account should have been sitting about a little bit over closer to 13, 14 grand. Because keep in mind, I took $3,100 out for a payout. So up 13 racks, paid myself 3 off that 13, still sitting on 10. Now I guess I start getting into the statistics of my breakdown of pretty much how much money I've spent from the months of me trading. Honestly, it's not bad, but I've been meaning to make this video for a while, just going over how much money I invested into accounts when I started, the real profit, how many accounts I've passed, failed, things of that sort. So September 20th, 5 days from now, will pretty much make 8 months that I've been sitting here trading for prop firms, and just going through the whole eval process of getting to this point. um I want to see everything from the last month just so you can see all of the profits. Give me a second. So you go from August all the way to the 30th of September. So So yeah, that's how much money generated in here. Cool. So I'm gonna go through this. So you can see the total amount of money I've made overall in all of these accounts. Uh, can't copy paste it. That's cool. So 2862.60 times 5. This is how much money I've made trading these top step accounts. This batch of accounts, because this is my first, so it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 days I made over $14,000 in 12 days. Cool. And the last batch of accounts that I had before this, I made roughly about 15 grand. I'm gonna just average it out to that. So if you take both of that and just a rough estimate, I've pretty much generated the equity of closer to $30,000, and I've took out about $11,843 in payout money. If you subtract that from the amount of money that I've invested into prop firm accounts, I really profit about 7.7k, roughly about 7.8. But in regards to that, payout money being generated, and then of course the funded capital that I actually have access to, I am roughly sitting on about $21,843 when it comes to revenue. So though it's split according to however it is that I manage my finances, but that just goes to show you that it doesn't really take much for you to make a lot of money if you just consistently just keep doing the same thing every single day. You will pretty much be able to generate this type of revenue for yourself. So now I just have money sitting in places that it needs to be sitting in so that I can continuously keep paying myself. Um, just going over my statistics, this is pretty much just a quick rundown of everything that I've done from the day I started trading with Top Step all the way up until now. So when I was on the old dashboard, when I very first started in February 20th, I had 5 accounts, paid for one of those accounts. I had 5 accounts, 4 of them were blown. No. I had 5 accounts. I passed one, but I had 5 of them, and only one of them had went through out of that 5, which led to me getting funded. Then I was sitting on that one account for a bit. Think I built the account buffer balance up to 2 grand, and I ended up blowing the account, so I didn't even get my first payout from the account back in February, which was cool. Then the dates are here, 5/21. That's back in May, I believe. Uh, paid for 2 accounts, clipped those accounts. Then the 27th of May, I had invested about $196, blew all 4 of those. The 29th, spent the ban on 5 accounts. These accounts actually went through and I passed. I got funded. Had all 5 50K funded accounts. Ended up losing one because I was using that account as a high risk account on NQ, and that didn't last too long just because of the improperness of my trades, just not being patient. Yes, I could make money very fairly quickly, but at the same time, I was losing it fairly quickly because of the discipline to wait for the entry model and things of that sort. So, long story short, I just copy traded 4 accounts, ran up those 4 accounts, just trading micro NQ, and from time to time, I would risk my buffer to trade NQ and just make a little bit more money at the cost of no expense, because it was money that I pretty much already generated that was being put up for risk. So it just reduces the load on your mental. Um, then the following month after that, in June, I believe, whichever month is the sixth, I ended up losing all 4 of the funded accounts, clipping them because I think I took a payout for about $7,300, and still had roughly about 8,000. I had 8 grand sitting in the accounts because I had 5 accounts, but I ended up losing one. So come out with 4, had sitting on $8,000, 2 grand a pop per account. Took a huge payout, and then after that, I was pretty much okay. I do eventually want to upscale, but I have this free money pretty much in here, so let me just induce some high risk, see if I could catch a good trade or two, and just flip what it is that I have. Because after the point of making all that money, it was more so like, okay, let's try to see if we could 10x it. Wasn't able to catch the trades that I needed to be catching again. The same reason why I kept losing these funded accounts was because I was just inducing too much risk at the wrong time and just not being patient enough to be able to live throughout the trade. Um, as you can see, like with my history, I'm not a bad trader. This is pretty much my whole month's history from the day I started these accounts. Still maintaining an 87.5% win rate, win 14 trades, lost 2. You can see my average, things of that sort. My profitability, lost roughly about a little bit under $900 and made about 3.7 overall. Um, I'm trying to be consistent as much as I possibly can without inducing too much risk on a trade, so that way I'm always making more versus what it is that I'm losing. So all in all, it's been pretty good, pretty sweet ride. Just waiting for that trade that I need to be into to make some more money. So getting back into it, so in June on the 9th, ended up losing those accounts. Then in July through August was pretty much me going through the whole process, those 2 months of downtime, just trying to get back into the funded swing. So in July, I ended up buying. This was when I was doing the challenge accounts for the 750,000 in funding. Really, it's not 750,000 in funding. It's $4,500 times five. That's about 22.5. So I had about 22 grand. Let's just say $2,300,000 in funded capital. Was literally just one or two trades away. I can't really necessarily say how many trades I would be away from passing, because you can literally do it in one trade depending on how far the market decides to pull. But I could say it felt as if I was probably at least like one or two trades away from passing, and it was just exposing myself too much into the market trying to get that pass, and ended up blowing the accounts just by using too much risk and getting in at the wrong time. Again, the same reason why I was blowing my previous accounts was the same reason why I blew 750K account. It had nothing to do with trading. It's just a disciplinary thing, and that's something that I had to work on. So the next month, August, kept buying 50K accounts, and finally got the passing ones on the 15th. So that's when I got funded, August 15th, and from there I've been receiving payouts, still holding on the money. It's here. It's not really much that I can say. I built a buffer from the 15th of August all the way up until now. Put the accounts up at roughly about like the 2.6K in profit. It was about close to 2.7, and then I took a payout off of my buffer, which was roughly about $700 per account, which gave me that $3,500 payout. And now I'm holding on to my buffer and trying to keep stacking money on top of my buffer. So I'm up 500 right now, which is the money that's being spread across my buffer. I'm just looking for more proper trades once conditions are set up for me to take my trade, so I can just keep getting payouts off of that buffer. Um, and that's pretty much like the whole ordeal with my process. If you continue to look at this spreadsheet here that I just created quickly with notes, you can see exactly how many accounts I failed. I failed over 24 accounts because, keep in mind, I literally trade sync all of my accounts. So it's not like I'm losing 24 accounts all individually. I'm losing 5 to 4 accounts all in one sitting. So it's a little different. The way I like to think about it is that I'm just trading one big account. So really, a lot of these, failed accounts to 24, you really got to reduce it by the number of accounts that I'm trading. That's the way I look at it. So I don't really look at it as if I'm failing 24 accounts. I'm just losing in big batches. Um, I passed 11 out of those 24, which gives me a win rate with passing prop firm accounts of about 46%, which is very low. But honestly, when it comes to win rate, your win rate doesn't necessarily matter. It's just all about the consistency of you catching the same trades every single time. That's what's going to impact your win rate. But at the same time, you do have to think about the type of conditions that you're trading in, your mindset, your mental. There's so many other things that might impact your trade frequency. Um, a lot of the times, all the y'all people, or me in general, not necessarily bad traders in a sense. And I took it off because I don't really need it anymore. Now I'm just talking, but a lot of the times y'all are not bad traders in a sense. It's just a disciplinary issue. You don't know how to teach yourself to not overexpose yourself in the markets, understanding sometimes less is more, and just sticking to a trading model or approach that consistently works. You just need to see the conditions to be met, and then you just take the trade. You try to make it systematic, automatic, whatever that sense is. But every day, just looking for a trade, searching for things that aren't there, such as today, I would not be in the markets today. There's no reason to, though I would, demo trade it just to, keep the concept alive and just, continue to keep practicing my skill, which I did do. Uh, these are the trades that I caught today. So I still maintain the same risk management. Nothing changes. The stops are the same. I'm just taking smarter trades. So this is present me. I demo traded today. I'm not hopping into my live account on a day of no news. So I don't necessarily have to trade to be making money. I'm trading in the sense of uh, learning how to maintain my money now, where I'm not in the markets every single day, overexposing myself in shitty market conditions, trying to make something. I'm waiting patiently for the trades to come to me, and if it is a typical day where I don't like the trading, I just go hop in a demo and apply the model and just take the trade. Um, Trying to keep these funded accounts for as long as I possibly can by just doing the right things, because I've already been through this process several times before. I've already gotten five figures in payouts, so it's not like I'm itching to make money because I don't have money. I'm good, so there's no reason for me to pretty much just throwing these accounts away when I do understand that these accounts are continuously paying me. Even though we don't never know how long prop firms are gonna last, it's the fact that you know that you can continue to repeat a process over and over and over again, and it's going to make you more money than you can ever fucking make working any type of job or any high paying career path. Nothing gets better than this. Trading is definitely one of those high paying skill sets where there is no cap, there is no limit on the potential money that you can make. So you just have to forever be grateful, stay a student to the game, and just try your best to keep doing the same thing every single day. Um, in that, you will be able to reap the rewards of what you sow. So that's pretty much all I have for today. This was just a quick little video, just going over, what I've been pretty much doing up until this point with the accounts. Good, still sitting on 10 grand, still made over, 11.8K in payouts. Generated a lot of money here. Now it's just time to keep growing, maintaining, and try to stay 1% better every day. That's all I can do. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.